That's how it works. An eye for an eye. It's called vendetta.
Hello FPL managers, yes, we're back again with another video for the Fantasy Premier League 2021-22 season. It's the Game Week 37 preview. We're going to take a quick look at our Game Week 36 and then our transfer plans for Game Week 37 as well as our captaincy picks. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. We're still trying to hit that 400 subscriber mark before the season's over, so help a brother out. Click that red button. Let's get straight into business. So for our Game Week 36, we came up with another red arrow. It wasn't a huge red arrow, but it was a red arrow nonetheless. We were expecting a green arrow, something to push us into the top 100k. That wasn't to be the case. We had at least 13 players who had a double in Game Week 36. We had Mateta and Mitchell being our only single Game Week players, and it turns out that neither of those players started their games. In fact, a few of our double Game Week players didn't start both games, so we had to rely on just one game eventually. Our transfer ins for Game Week 36 were very good. Once again, we made the right choices. We brought in Nketiah as well as Schmeichel, and we took out Dubravka as well as Broja. So our transfers in for Game Week 36 did pretty well. Nketiah and Schmeichel bringing in points, but it's our other decisions for the game week which let us down. Salah, for instance, our captain, only brought in 3 points, which doubled up to 6. So that really affected our rank. A lot of FPL managers had Kevin De Bruyne with his 4 goals for Manchester City, and a few of them even captained him, so you could see a lot of huge scores up to 180 plus, 150, 160. So our 109 points really wasn't that impressive at all and got us a red arrow, so no surprise there. Well, for Game Week 37, we've gone ahead and made our transfers. I waited this long so I could see exactly which of my players I was going to be taking out in order to bring in Heung-min Son. I said last week I was going to be bringing in Heung-min Son for Game Week 37 because I just knew he was going to keep putting in the goals because he's chasing that golden boot. So he's gonna come in, but the question was, who was I gonna be taking out? And for quite some time I was indecisive between Salah or Trent, but with that Salah injury yesterday during the FA Cup final, he's gonna be going out, and we're gonna be bringing in another player. With all the funds that we have right now, we have 0.8 in the bank, so we've taken out Salah and brought in Son. So our other transfer is going to be Nketiah out and Richarlison in, so we can have yet another double game weeker for Game Week 37. So that's how our transfers look. As for our team, this is what we're gonna be going with for Game Week 37. We're gonna go with Schmeichel in goal. He's got a double away to Watford and away to Chelsea. We're hoping that he can get a clean sheet against Watford, and maybe they could catch Chelsea at a time when they might be feeling down after losing that FA Cup final to Liverpool. So hopefully Schmeichel could be a good goalkeeper to have. Our backup goalkeeper is Ramsdale. He's got a single game week against Newcastle, so it's wiser to bring in Schmeichel for Game Week 37. Our defense is going to be Trent. He's away to Southampton, and then we have Cash at home to Crystal Palace and Burnley, as well as Mitchell, who I hope will be able to play both games. Crystal Palace have an injury to Guehi, but that's not the position Mitchell plays. Ward has been playing Mitchell's position. I'm hoping that with that injury, Mitchell might be able to play both games, and I'm hoping that he can finally capitalize on these clean sheets that he's been missing out on since I brought him in. Okay, so midfield is gonna look like this: Coutinho, Mount, Son, and Gordon. Coutinho just signed an extension or rather a permanent deal with Aston Villa, so I'm hoping he can cap that up with a few goals, a few attacking returns here and there. So we've got Mount, who's at home to Leicester. This was a decision between Mason Mount and Bukayo Saka, and I've gone with Mason Mount, the guy who's at home. I think that away fixture for Arsenal might be a difficult one for them, so I wouldn't be surprised if Saka doesn't get a goal. So I've gone with Mason Mount instead. We have Son, of course, at home to Burnley. I was really tempted to keep the captaincy armband on him, but I think I should go for a double game weeker and just hope for the best. So Gordon completes the midfield with Brentford at home and Crystal Palace at home. Richarlison is going to be our captain for game week 37. A double game weeker, of course. Mateta, another one I'm hoping will be able to start both games for Crystal Palace, and then the team is completed by Harry Kane at home to Burnley. I've made Reece James the first sub on our bench, just in case one of those single game week players doesn't feature for one reason or the other. I'm thinking probably the Chelsea and Liverpool assets that I have, Trent and Mount, may be rested for the game week 37 because they played 120 minutes in a very grueling final. So just in case they don't feature, Reece James is just gonna come in and deputize for them. Okay, so that's the team for game week 37. Hoping to finish in a better rank than I did last season. Last season we finished at 125k, so hopefully this season will be a much better one. And there's going to be a season review after the season's over, so look out for that. It's just going to show the lessons learned and our strategy probably for the start of next season. I'm trying to start really well next season and hopefully finally get into the top 10k, because I cannot do that anymore this season. Yeah, so that'll be it for this video. Have fun, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.